Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel and happy Sunday. I hope you're all having a really beautiful week so far. So I wanted to come on today because one of you reached out on Instagram, you DM'd me, and although I don't really ever respond to my DMs, I saw the message and you were saying that you hoped I would come on with a message today. And I was already really feeling the inspiration to come on. So thank you to the one of you who did reach out to me. And thank you to all of you for being here. And yeah, I thought that I would come on even though I don't know exactly what we're going to be channeling into here, especially because I've been feeling and picking up on a little bit of a strange energy. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into this and try to kind of unravel what's been going on here. The energy I'm picking up on is a little bit heavy. So I feel that if this energy is affecting you, then you may be feeling a little bit unusually tired. So that may be one sign that this is for you. But I'm also picking up that while you may be feeling more tired than usual, you've also been in the middle of a very powerful transformation. And so while there are going to be a lot of moments of ebbing and flowing when it comes to your energy levels, throughout that whole process, you have this intuitive, deeper awareness that there is a transformation taking place within your energetic field and within your life. I'm also hearing the word rearrangement. So it may be that things are literally being rearranged in your favor. That's what I'm picking up on here, but in ways that you may not be fully consciously aware of. So you may suddenly get very tired or feel the need to rest or to spend more time just kind of in solitude in your own energy without really knowing why. But I'm getting it's because there is this rearrangement process that is taking place behind the scenes that your subconscious mind is aware of, even if you aren't fully consciously aware of it at that more conscious level. And I'm also getting that you allowing this process of transformation, allowing this rearrangement by giving yourself the rest that you need. In doing this, you are actually keeping yourself in balance physically, mentally, and emotionally. And you may notice this because whenever you try to really over push yourself or make yourself do something that just feels off to you right now, or try to get yourself to overwork or to push in a certain direction, you will feel as though you're hitting these dead ends, almost like you aren't meant to be taking those actions or going in that direction because it seems to throw you off balance. But then there can be some frustration with that as well, because you may be wondering to yourself, why can't I just push forward in action and see some results by pushing action in this direction? But I'm getting it's because it's necessary for you right now to be allowing this time and space for rest, for rearrangement, for recalibration, and to essentially allow this powerful transformation to take place within you that you may not necessarily fully understand, but that is still very real and is affecting you in very real ways. So the overarching message coming through right away is simply to trust yourself and to trust the process of transformation that you cannot see. So I am going to go ahead and pull some cards from the traditional tarot so that if this is connecting for you, we can hopefully pull through some more detailed messages from this. So what else can I channel from this energy coming up here? Yeah, I feel that whenever you get that urge to push into action or into a certain direction that then begins to feel really resistant for you, it's almost like the mind is reaching for some kind of sense of control here. And it may be because right now, in many ways, your reality feels out of control to you, but I'm also hearing that's exactly where the magic happens. Yeah, we have the Four of Pentacles speaking to that like reaching for control. But then whenever you try to reestablish that sense of control consciously, you start feeling burnt out, or you feel like you're backtracking or backsliding. But I'm hearing you're not backtracking. You're being kept in this sweet spot, in this perfect position to allow for this process of transformation to happen within you in its own timing, not in the timing that the ego mind necessarily thinks that it wants here. I'm also hearing focus on the energy. And right as I said that, we pulled the 9 of Cups. So focus on the energy of the dreams and goals that you are wanting to manifest. I'm hearing the feeling behind it rather than the thing itself. So if there have been specific things that you've been desiring, I'm getting that what will be really powerful for you right now is getting yourself into the energy and the frequency beneath that thing rather than focusing on trying to attract or create the specifics. I'm hearing that this will really speed up your manifestation timeline because you're manifesting feeling first, which is really 5D manifestation. And for a more in-depth post on 3D versus 4D versus 5D manifestation, you can check out my recent Instagram post. It is actually pinned to my Instagram profile. So it'll be the first post on my profile right now. And my Instagram is at Magnetize Yourself if you aren't following me there yet. But I actually really feel that this process of transformation is rearranging your energy, your field, your relationships, your life, your environment in such a way that is actually tapping you into your dream timeline, meaning the timeline where your wishes and dreams are getting fulfilled in a big way. So I'm hearing you're trying to control it, but it's already happening behind the scenes. So you may be thinking, oh, I have to make this desire happen or this dream happen or this goal happen, or I'm not making progress. And you're like potentially feeling this temptation to reach for control. But the message coming through here is it's like you're reaching for that control, but it's already happening for you. It's already unfolding for you behind the scenes. What is on this 9 of Cups, like dream timeline, this wish fulfillment timeline that we're tapping into here? Death in the reverse position. Resisting change, afraid of some kind of new beginning. And the Ace of Cups. An emotional awakening, feeling deeply fulfilled, personal growth, creativity. Who is afraid of this new beginning? Because I feel for some of you, yes, this could be an internal aspect of yourself, but I'm getting this could be someone or something or an energy. Oh, I feel that for some of you, this is external. This Death card reversed, that stagnant energy that's afraid of change is like an external group or a belief system or a person or people externally, like an energy externally that doesn't want things to change or doesn't want you to change. And so it's feeling triggered because you are in this state of deep personal fulfillment. I'm hearing your very existence shows people what is possible, and some people are not ready to see what's possible for themselves. They aren't ready to perceive themselves as the unlimited beings that they really are, and you reveal others' true nature to them and also their true potential and the gap between those things. If they aren't living up to that potential, they're going to feel the gap between who they're being and who they want to be, or what that potential is when they're in your presence. And for some people, feeling that gap is going to trigger fears or a lack mentality with the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, a sense of insecurity. I feel like your level of fulfillment right now is triggering insecurity or like shaking some kind of system. This is a bit of a complex energy to unravel here, but with the Tower card reversed, I feel that for some of you, there's a system or a group or a belief system or a person that you left in the past that you used to be very entangled with or entrenched in some way, and you broke like ties or cut contact or let go of this group or this person or this system, but it continued to repeat old patterns in your absence. And you may have felt a sense of loss or grief around this. This feels like a very rare reading. I feel like I'm speaking to a very specific collective. And if this is reaching you and connecting with you personally, I would love to hear from you in the comments, because this feels like one of those readings where I really don't know how it's going to relate for someone, but I know it's going to be very personal and meaningful for someone listening. But what I'm getting is there was like a system or a group that was delaying the inevitable, that was trying to repeat some kind of pattern or mentality or way of doing things, some kind of old pattern. You saw through the pattern and became a threat to the system or to that person or that group, because I'm hearing like groupthink. Maybe there was a groupthink mentality that you saw through, even though once you may have unconsciously been entrenched in it or connected to it in some way, but you saw through it. And the thing about you and your energy is, once you see through something, there's no going back for you. You don't have the ability to unsee what you've seen, to put yourself to sleep after you've woke up. And so I feel that you woke up within a system or a connection or a group and saw the truth, and you tried to share the truth with others, but they didn't want to hear it, and they rejected you or threw you out or cut ties with you or distanced themselves from you. Or maybe you had to do that with them because they wouldn't change, because they didn't want to see the truth. But for some reason, this group or this energy is now resurfacing for you. And I was getting something about dreams. So for some of you, this may be coming through your dreams. Like you may be having very symbolic dreams right now, or dreams of past timelines that went on without you. Like you may be dreaming as though you're still in a past timeline or in an environment or connecting with a person who was very connected with that past version of you that was disconnected from you a long time ago because they continued to repeat negative patterns and wanted to delay the catastrophe of seeing the truth that you saw. And something about your energy, even though I'm hearing it left a mark on that past timeline long after you left. And there may have been some sense of grief or loss on your end, because you may have believed that when you left, you took your impression with you. You may have believed that you didn't leave a mark. You may have thought that the person or the group or whatever it was just totally threw you out and then forgot about you. But your energy left a footprint in the quantum space on this timeline. And I see this like a glowing golden footprint that starts like illuminating and shedding light, even in your physical absence. Even as you long moved on from this person, this thing, or this group, you left a mark that actually recently has been activated in a new way. And your energy is actually being felt on this past timeline by people or groups that you left behind, or in environments that you left behind a long time ago. I'm actually getting there may even be specific people connected to those environments or groups that are suddenly thinking about you and wondering about you, because subconsciously they're feeling your energy activating them or waking them up. And the thing about this is, I feel like you may be completely unaware of how your energy is working right now on this past timeline, because again, in the physical, I feel like you disconnected or were rejected by this person or this group or this space. But now your energy that was left behind, that golden footprint, is activating it. It's activating and waking up people that are still connected with that timeline. And with the Temperance card in the upright position, yeah, I see this being like, I'm hearing the unraveling of time, or maybe something that had to unravel gradually with time, over the course of time. But you had to move forward. I feel like you had to move forward a long time ago, but your energy has been left. You have to, I'm hearing this message like, you have to trust that your energy left the impression that it was meant to leave, that you left a mark, even if it was unseen at the time, even if you moved on wondering if you were felt at all, if you were understood or recognized at all, you still left a mark. It just had to take effect with time. What I'm getting, I'm picking up on Leo energy. Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, and Taurus are all coming through really strongly. Also Scorpio. And what I'm getting is there's something about the way your energy left a mark on this past timeline that is actually generating arguments or conflict. I'm hearing your energy on that past timeline is creating a chasm between truth and falsehood, between what's real and what's not real. And it's because I'm hearing your energy is becoming like the litmus test. There's something about your energy that it's creating a gold standard, so to speak. People feel this like purity and authenticity and truth emanating from that golden footprint that you left behind on this timeline. And it's causing them to naturally then be able to see through falsehood because they sense like, wait a second, there's something that was very pure and real and open and authentic about your energy, about collective's energy. And what I'm feeling from this system or this groupthink or this other energy is so opposite that it has to be a falsehood or it has to be off in some kind of way. I'm hearing like you are literally awakening people on timelines that you detached from a long time ago, and you're awakening them in ways that you aren't even consciously aware of. That is the enormous power of your energy. I keep hearing you're waking people up and you don't even realize it because you detached from the timelines that they're still connected to. I'm hearing you've become almost like a lore or like a myth, like a mythic being in these timelines. People do remember you. And not only that, but I feel like they tell your story almost like it's a myth or a fairy tale or like a legend. You've become a legend. That was the word I was looking for. And you don't even realize it because you think that these groups or people or timelines totally forgot about you. But you are like a legend to them that they keep retelling and remembering. And recently, something about that legend of you, something about that energy that you left behind has started to illuminate and to activate. I'm hearing because it's time for many people on that past timeline to see the truth. But this is generating a lot of conflict within the group or the system or the timeline because there are people who still want to repeat the negative patterns, who still want to stay asleep. And there are many other people who are waking up. And it's funny, I had a little voice crack there, but I heard part of how they're waking up is they're waking up to their own voice, their own truth. Something about their throat chakra is activating through the process of all of this. I'm getting the Queen of Cups here as well on your energy. So one thing that people remember about your energy from that past timeline, whether it's a specific person that you were connected to or a group, is the softness and the warmth of your heart. I'm hearing it's kind of like heat. It's an invisible energy that you feel as warmth without really being able to fully understand it or to see it. And that is how your love is felt by others. It's felt like the warmth from a flame. People feel the warmth of your love, of your heart, of your intentions before they fully understand you. And I'm hearing that no matter how detached you were from that connection or that group or that timeline, no matter how rejected you felt, they could never throw you out completely because they had the memory of your warmth. They knew that the energy from you felt safe and warm and comforting and open. And that was your heart that they were sensing. And now for some reason that's coming to the forefront of their minds in a stronger way. And it's literally waking them up and pushing them into new beginnings that they were afraid of for a long time. The moment that you woke up within the system, it was almost like it activated this, like I see a timer counting down, like to a deconstruction. It's like you deconstructed some kind of system or groupthink or pattern or like negative environment simply by waking up within it. But it took time. There was like this countdown. But now I see that that deconstruction is taking full force, even though you are absent from the timeline and you are actually feeling the ripples of that. And it could be something that is coming up again, like through your dream state, or maybe through your meditations, however you receive these psychic or quantum insights. You're being recognized for your heart. And I feel that's, again, something I just keep getting the sense that you had to walk away from the timeline or the group or whatever it was. I'm hearing from the mission. You had to walk away from the mission because it was never really yours to carry. It was never really your true mission. It was something that you were meant to deconstruct. But you already accomplished the deconstruction simply by waking up within that system and then detaching from it. It's just that that deconstruction had to happen with time while you were on a completely different timeline like you are now. So, wow, this message feels very powerful, but very unique for someone. I don't know who this is meant for, but I would love to hear from you in the comments if it's for you. If this did connect, of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community here. And as always, I will connect with you again in the next video.